There's something about the fourth quarter of a basketball game that drums up all sorts of feelings. There's excitement at the challenge of seeing a lead shrink or grow. There is stress to get back in the game or keep it in your favor. There's urgency, knowing each second is closer to the final buzzer. There's pride from the extra effort and focus required. There's hope that your team will do enough to achieve the win. The fourth quarter also unlocks new levels of being for everyone in the gym. The crowd cheers a little louder and groans a little deeper as each play moves towards the finish. Officials sharpen their focus as each play and each call carries extra weight. Coaches find their groove as the previous three quarters have revealed the strengths and weaknesses of the opponent. Players enter flow as their mind, body, team, and the game all become one.
The impact of a basketball official can't be understated. With the vital role of administering and enforcing the rules of the game, officials carry a heavy weight of responsibility within the flow of a basketball contest. To be a basketball referee requires a keen knowledge and feel of the game. Further, being an official requires a superior level of focus to be able to drown out all distractions of screaming coaches and players and spectators and stay locked in on each play. Debbie Williamson, News Release basketball alumni from 1984 and 85, is a former collegiate official and is now a basketball officials trainer and scheduler. Her resume boasts of teaching and leading officials in numerous NCAA Division I conferences. In a recent interview on the subject of the fourth quarter, Debbie said,
"My thing regarding officials is if it's not a foul in the first, why is it a foul in the fourth? Like, it's either illegal or it's not. And so when we look at the fourth quarter, why would it be and why should it be any different than what the first quarter is?" But so I get that the fourth quarter and the end is terminal, and we can't go back, and such is life. But if anything, that should drive us to be more consistent in the first through the third, so that when we get to the fourth and we get to the end, it's not different. But why are we trying to make up for lost time when we could be more diligent in the first through the third? Now back to officiating, what I tell them is all the rules all the time. Just pushed out a memo to 275 officials that work for us. And the very last line is, all the rules all the time, regardless of time or score. Don't guess, see it, call it.
when we enter a fourth quarter in life, the ending of a particular season or an event, it is important to have consistent people who can help hold us accountable in order to finish well. Debbie highlighted the need for creating consistent good habits.
What everybody begs of officials is consistency. And I don't think God expects any less of us in our walk. Like, just walk today. Just walk with your whole heart.
Jeremiah 29:12-13 says, "Then you will call upon me and come and pray to me, and I will hear you. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart." Debbie continued,
The other piece to that is that we have to turn our whole hearts. To act like it's not different in the fourth quarter of life or on the floor is maybe a bit naive. But in the end, if we have had a good foundation of doing things right from the tip in obedience to what God's called us to do, then the fourth quarter and overtime is just an overflow of what we have been living and breathing and walking in the whole time.
Whether it's someone in a trusted position of authority within your family, friends, at work, or even in society, we all need a person who shares their wisdom to keep us consistently focused. The Bible is filled with wisdom and ways to help us stay focused. In fact, there's an entire group of books called the Wisdom Books: Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and Job. Proverbs 4:25-27 encourages, "Let your eyes look directly forward and your gaze be straight before you. Ponder the path of your feet, then all your ways will be sure. Do not swerve to the right or to the left. Turn your foot away from evil." The need for guidance and wisdom becomes especially important when we begin to feel pressure in our lives, just like in the fourth quarter of a basketball game. It is in these times we can lean on trusted officials in our lives to keep us consistent and stay focused on the right things. When you feel stress and pressure, or a season of life is in its fourth quarter, do you have someone you can rely on to help keep you focused? Our hope for you is that you have or will find someone who will help direct your focus to Jesus. Jesus is our ultimate trusted official who has nothing but good in mind for us. Just as he told his disciples in Matthew 11:28-30, "Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light."